Best Dragon Ball references in other anime series over the years. Let's go. Gintama. More than half the episode is a parody with characters named Frieza and Zell appearing, as well as a planet called Hammock. Gintama's the king of trolls in anime, and while this certainly wasn't the first or last parody it ever made of Dragon Ball, it's probably the most iconic of them all, as it presents the audience with several knockoffs of some of the most iconic characters and places in the series. Bobobo. Bobobo was as absurd as comedy can be, and it was delightful in its own right. Not only did the anime boast some ridiculous fights, but it also had the time to reference Dragon Ball on more than one occasion. In this specific instance, Bobobo and Don Patch fuse themselves to give birth to Patch Bobo, a limited time fusion who not only wears earrings like Vegito, but also rocks a hairstyle that could perfectly fit a Super Saiyan. Bleach. Dragon Ball was a founding father of shonen, and when later Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto became the big three, it was in no small part thanks to how Dragon Ball paved the way for the newcomers. Thus, it's no surprise to find a reference in Bleach, as small as it is. In this case, it's possible to see Orihime asking Chad which outfit to wear, and she pops up with a ton of different options, including a Dragon Ball gi. Yup, even if it doesn't bear a symbol, it's no doubt the very piece of clothing that Goku loves so very much. Lucky Star. The best thing about Dragon Ball is that people not only remember the transformations, battles, and fusions, but fans also love the music. Lucky Star knew that very well, and right at the end of one of their episodes, they hit the audience with a karaoke session. The song playing, none other than the legendary Cha-La Het Cha-La. Seto no Hanayome. Sometimes you don't need to have long sequences or very well-known songs in order to reference something. Sometimes you just need to have that split second to hit people with the unexpected reference. That's exactly what Seto no Hanayome does, with a quick visual of a green dragon and several orange spheres that any Dragon Ball fan can instantly recognize. 30 Sai no Hoken Taiku. Yes, Goku has the Kamehameha, Vegeta the Final Flash, and Gohan the Masenko. But above all of them, there is but a single technique that perfectly represents the values of friendship and togetherness that Dragon Ball stands for, the Genki Dama, or Spirit Bomb. With this technique, people around the world basically lend you all their energy in order to create a sphere of massive power. However, in 30 Sai no Hoken Taiku, this Spirit Bomb is only made of the energy of virgin people, thus becoming the Virgin Ball. I mean, yeah. MM. We've all at some point tried to shoot a Kamehameha or turn into a Super Saiyan and failed miserably to do so. Good thing is, this stuff can actually happen in anime, and that's actually portrayed in MM, a weird anime if I may say so. In a similar fashion to the Virgin Ball, we actually have here the Hentai Ha, which is the pervert version of a Kamehameha, powered up in an unusual style. Still, it's better to have it than nothing at all. Yuru Yuri. In the beginning, when there were no transformations yet, Dragon Ball's go-to power-up trope was taking off clothes that for some reason weighed a ton. Like, a ton. In Yuru Yuri, one can find not only that very same action of getting rid of annoying clothes, but also your classic Super Saiyan transformation. A pretty cool combo within the power-up business of Dragon Ball. Blood Lad. Okay, so I bet most Dragon Ball fans have thought, at least once, why do they let everyone charge up both transformations and techniques? Obviously, if you stop the momentum well, that goes in your favor. But where's the fun in that? Well, Blood Lad basically answers all of that by interrupting a Kamehameha. And yeah, it's not as cool as letting the user fire it off. Still, it looked like a promising Kamehameha. Goku approves. Watamote. So, not everything in Dragon Ball is epic action. There are some failures as well, and even some memes. Yup, Dragon Ball has so much ridiculous stuff in it that it still managed to make its way into modern meme culture. In this very instance, I'm talking about Yamcha's death. As portrayed in but a split second in Watamote, Yamcha's death while fighting the Cybermen is really an unforgivable moment, especially after he makes himself all cozy while dead. He may not be the strongest, but he certainly is iconic. Spy Family. Spy Family quickly became one of the top new anime in 2022 and managed to go toe-to-toe with solid successes such as Kaguya-Sama, Love is War. There are many reasons to love The Forger, but one of them is that the anime actually includes references to Dragon Ball. The most easy to notice is the one during the school game. There we can see a brief flashback of Damien and his friends training in the park, but they're all still kids and their imagination's wild. For instance, Damien pictures himself stopping Frieza's death ball on Namek. The training really didn't pay off, but the scene was still pretty cool in our eyes. Aharen-san wa Hakarenai. Aharen-san is a really chill anime, and it managed to include a Dragon Ball reference. The reference happens when the full group of friends decides to go to a festival, and there one of the main characters actually pictures themselves as the Ginyu Force. In fact, we can even see how all of the characters each take a pose out of the Ginyu Force notebook. It's pretty funny to see how it's possible to find some Dragon Ball remnants even among the most relaxing anime out there. Spy Family. Yup, we're back for more Spy Family, and even in the same episode, just a few minutes later. After the flashback of the training and actually getting into the game, Anya is in danger of being eliminated by a very powerful throw from the enemy team until Damien intervenes. Just like Piccolo protected Gohan from Nappa's attack, Damien blocks the shot, getting eliminated himself. Okay, he may not be dead in real life, but in game life he dies, so that's that. Plus, the kid that throws the ball has some serious Nappa level of bodybuilding. Actually terrifying. Tensei Shitara Slime Dattaken. When you're called for action and you're actually an incredibly powerful entity who also really enjoys manga, anime, and video games, there's only one thing to do each and every special attack you know. And that's exactly what Veldora does. After several combos, which include techniques from even Street Fighter, the powerful dragon in human form shoots out a destructive Kamehameha. Pretty crazy stuff, but also pretty cool. Jujutsu Kaisen. Being powerful isn't easy. In any anime, the main character works constantly to improve. So of course Itadori was gonna have some trouble while figuring out his special abilities. In the end, he ends up getting so desperate that he cries out how much he wanted to use attacks like the Rasengan or the Kamehameha, a frustration we share. Even though he's an anime character and eventually manages to become extremely powerful, he was sadly not able to shoot a Kamehameha. Dragon Ball was and is so relevant that at the very end of the first season of Dr. Stone, it was remembered as one of the most impactful media in humankind's history. Upon gleaming some sort of hope for the future, Goku suddenly shows up for a split second while shooting a Kamehameha. Imagine how important you have to be in order to remain in the thoughts of someone who's literally living in a stone world after a global catastrophe. The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. Everybody's tried to draw at least once, even if we aren't very good at it. Well, in The Disastrous Life of Saiki K, there are some students that actually have a knack for art. And how do they show it? By drawing Dragon Ball characters, of course. What's very peculiar about this is that Berter is the one that ends up being drawn by a student. I mean, he was cool I guess, but you don't see Berter ahead of Goku, Vegeta, and so on in a drawing list very often. Flip Flappers. It was 2016 and the Super Saiyan Blue transformation was barely a thing, and yet, Flip Flappers decided to actually pay homage to what, for some time, became the strongest transformation of both Goku and Vegeta. We literally see a character transform into the Super Saiyan Blue form and then start a fight that could very well find its place in Dragon Ball. It's a great example of Dragon Ball's contemporary appeal. One Punch Man. What if an anime doesn't just reference Dragon Ball through some sort of characters, but also through the very own voice actors that bring the characters we love so much to life? Well, that's exactly what happened right at the beginning of One Punch Man. The villain called Vaccine Man is similar to Piccolo in several ways, but what's really funny is that in English, his voice actor is also Piccolo and Vegeta's voice actor, while in Japanese, his voice is that of Frieza. It's a cool crossover that actually allows for an international homage to Dragon Ball. Hackadaw the Animation. Hackadaw the Animation just went nuts with its homage. Like, for real, it's most likely the best homage that Dragon Ball has ever received in the history of anime. For this reference, or references actually, it's possible to see how many different fighting scenes from Dragon Ball are linked up within a single sequence. We're talking here about Krillin's death at Frieza's hands, then Goku going Super Saiyan, then a sequence of moves at a Cell's fight, and even the iconic Bojack cover, which consists of grabbing someone to shield yourself while shooting a ki blast through them. Just incredible.